everybody. My name is Iris Zhao. I'm the former president for the Chinese Friendship Association of Portland and the current advisory board chair for the CFAP. I will be your hostess for tonight's event. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming here to join us for the candlelight vigil. We're here to mourn and honor those who lost in the Atlanta shooting, as well as other victims during recent Asian hate crime. The candlelight vigil event is held nationwide at this moment. We will take time to grieve, but we will also stand up to speak up, rally together, and fight for change. Just as our fellow Latino friends said, we should unite friends against hate, injustice, and prejudice. Right now, let's take a moment of silence to all the victims during this difficult time. Thank you, everybody. Now let's welcome some of our speakers to share their remarks during this event. And first off, I have the speakers line up, so it might be easier for me to have them. Okay. First, I will have Hardy Lee, who's the founding member of UCA, and then he will introduce further of himself.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So again, like Iris said, my name is Hardy Lee. I'm on behalf of United Chinese American, who initiate this nationwide campaign for tonight's candlelight vigil event, which happened simultaneously in over 20 U.S. cities across from border to border, coast to coast. And again, I'm a national board member of UCA, and I'm also the chairman of the board of UCA Washington chapter. I serve as a two-term president of Chinese Friendship Association of Portland, and been Oregonian for the last 30 years. I claim this is my permanent home for a long, long time, just like many of you here. Go Oregonians! Yes, yes, yes. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. We appreciate everybody coming out here to support. I'm really thrilled to see so many of you. I think we probably 200, 300, the TV station asked me to estimate. I said unknown. But again, we got a lot. And we have over 20 some Chinese social organizations coming out to support this event. We have other Asian groups like the Korean, Japanese, Filipino, Laotian, Cambodian, and Vietnamese folks also to coming out as a support to back up this Asian anti-hate crime. I also appreciate our Latino friends. And I believe we got some African folks over here to support our events. And again, our majority Caucasian friends. My neighbors, where's my doctor? He's supposed to be here with me also, you know. And again, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much. Your mother was a hamster for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan.
Last year, we have seen some events, right, against the Asian communities since last March. I just give you one of the examples over here. Even like March 14, right? We have a father and son who working in a club in the early evening, like 7:30 p.m. in a small town called Midland in Texas. Suddenly, they were stabbed very badly, right? The father still in hospital, maybe doing the rehab at home at the moment, but he has lost his capability, basic skill to raise his families and wife, right? And then some other events, elderlies happen, shuffle off here or there in those major cities, downtown, Chinatown, and some other locations, right? But we would like to think that was only the incidental, like some folks say, oh, this is normal. It happens every day, right, in America. We got shootings in Portland here. But you know what? We like to think that way. But it has not been the way we want to think. Since the beginning of this year, it's just a few incidents, right? We're only 2.5 months, 3 months away. But we have two elderlies in Oakland, right? One of us is like a 74-year-old, the other one is an 83-year-old. They were shuffled off the sidewalk and basically, literally attacked without any reason, which we never thought would happen to themselves, to our community, right? Just down to Union Square. I just told a reporter, 30-some years ago, I crossed Union Square twice a day, working in Chinatown, being one of those retailers, a jewelry seller, actually, over there. You would think that's the heart of American business. How would you think such an environment you would have for elderly got basically innocently just killed badly. In Arizona, we have a Filipino elderly got killed, right, in Phoenix, just not that long ago. And more severely, just 4 days ago, it happened in Atlanta, right? We got 3 massage barrels shot by a single guy. 8 people killed, 7 are Asian, and 6 of them are Asian women. They are young, in their 30s, 40s. They have a long way to go in their life, just like we all expect to be. But that just happened in a second. We have not learned what left behind with their families. I'm sure they are suffering. We are suffering as a community. So 3 nights ago, as a UCA nationally, we had a late night meeting. We said, enough is enough. We have to act. That's why we initiate this candlelight vigil to memory what the life have been lost and some other part of the countries also just due to this nonsense hate crime we call it. We need to show our solidarity. We want to unite it. Everybody got to stand up against hate crime. Do you agree?
Yeah. That language sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Thank you. And again, I just want to appreciate it. And tonight we have actually live stream happen in 20-some U.S. cities. What you stand over here, it's been seen all across the border, within the continental U.S., in Hawaii, Alaska, as well as worldwide through internet. That's the power we want to speak out, stand against hate crime. Hate crime has no place for us. Thank you. Thank you very much. With time limitation, I want to pass on to some of our most important speakers over here.
So like I said, when I ended the last live stream, there was a rally just like this happening in Denver that actually ended while I was switching live streams. And right before they cut it off, the speaker, who was Asian, yelled out Black Lives Matter. And then all of a sudden it kind of became clear how this all got set up. Now, I don't know who set this up in Portland, but by talking about solidarity and stuff like that, which is very familiar terms for all of us that are up to date on what's been going on the last year, especially here in Portland, I'm waiting to see if they use phrases like that and how many BLM people are actually there. Just something to look out for. Also, please take a second to hit that like button. We got 400 people in the chat, but not even 200 likes. Fill those likes up so we can fill the chat up. Everyone should see what's happening.
Against Asian Americans and residents. Law-abiding, diligent, and hardworking Asians have made invaluable contributions to the prosperity of this country, but they have been discriminated against and attacked because of the COVID-19 pandemic. According to statistics, anti-Asian hate crimes increased by nearly 50% last year in major cities. Target from ordinary citizens to basketball players, movie stars, and CNN show hosts. This has not only hurt Asians, but also all the communities in this country. Such a discrimination is a shame of human civilization. Right. Hatred destroys our society more than virus. No violence is acceptable. All hate crimes must be stopped immediately, and all discriminatory behaviors must be sanctioned. Moreover, we urge the government and their officials to be proactive and hold the perpetrators responsible, and develop sound policies and measures to protect the legitimate rights and interests of Asians from violent crimes. At the same time, we call the members of our community to watch out for each other, support each other. We must speak up and resist any discrimination, hand in hand with all ethnic groups to fight for justice. We believe strongly that discrimination and hatred have no room in human society. Thank you.
Thank you, Bing. That was a very powerful statement here. Right now, I want to introduce our honored guest from the Attorney General, Alan Roseman, and State Representative Chapan, and Multnomah County Commissioner Lori and Jessica, and then from the Northwest Clackamas State Board, Kathy, and Oregon Chapter Latino American Citizenship. So I will have them to introduce themselves further, and there's a very special guest there. We are just like some of them are we unexpected, but we're thrilled to have them here. So let's welcome them to make some remarks for us.
Thank you, Iris. Thank you, Hardy. Thank you all. I'm Ellen Rosenblum, Oregon Attorney General, and I was not planning on speaking. I want to be here with you all. I see you and I hear you and I feel us together. Stop the hate, stop the racism, stay together. We are grieving, and thank you for being here tonight, because what's most important is that we be together, but that we stay together and that we make this change. We must do this now. My office, the Oregon Attorney General Office, has a hate crimes bias incident hotline. I want you to know that anyone can call it. We will call you back in person. It is like stop hate and .oregon.gov is very easy to get to us, and we will be sure to refer you if it's appropriate to law enforcement, or we will refer you to other services. It is a trauma-informed service. It's called standagainst.hate.oregon.gov. I knew I was going to say it wrong. And it is it doesn't have to be look. We don't care if it's a crime. If it's a bias incident, it's wrong and it's bad and it makes us hurt. And so please be in touch with us. Thank you to my beautiful colleagues here. I want to turn the microphone over to them because, as I said, I just wanted to be here with you tonight. And thank you all. And I grieve with you.
Thank you all. My name is Con Pham. I'm the state representative for Oregon House District 46, which includes the J District. First, I just want to acknowledge the loss and the pain of the families of the eight people who lost their lives, 6 of whom were Asian today. We know that each of the people and whose names are listed in the beautiful artwork that Alex Chu is sharing with us today. They each had families and stories and dreams, and I want to just make sure that we center their stories and center their families. And as we talk about this today, we're all mourning with them, and I'm gaining strength from just seeing each and every one of you here in solidarity. You know, my parents are refugees from the Vietnam War, and like so many families, Asian American, Pacific Islander families, they come from histories of violence and trauma, and they came to the U.S. imagining that this would be a refuge from that violence. But as we know, that's not the truth in the U.S., and it never has been, right? The history of the U.S. is baked with white supremacy and violence. And this incident isn't just a one-off incident, it's part of the culture of white supremacy and misogyny and gun violence that we need to make sure that we're coming together to address this system and this culture, and not just demonizing this one person or just blaming them, because getting rid of this one person isn't going to solve our longer problem. So I just wanted to say I'm committing to all of you and with all my fellow elected officials to come together and take action, because it's going to take all of us to make sure that we're addressing not just this one incident, but the whole culture and system that created it. Thank you.
Yeah, Craig, I can't believe half the crap that just fell out of her face. Wow.
Legislator in Oregon.
All right, who's ready for a drink?
Good evening. My name is Lori Stegman, and I'm a Multnomah County Commissioner, and I am a proud Korean American. And it is so heartwarming to see all of you out here and all of my colleagues. This is just a really horrific time, and it has shaken me, and I know it's shaken all of you. And I don't really know what the right words are, but I just want you to know that I'm one of you, and you're part of me, and we have to stand together. And this is a hate crime, and I don't care what the attorneys call it or what the legal systems call it, but it is a crime against women and Asians, and it has to stop. While there is so much heartache today, I'm standing here and I'm telling you that the American dream is alive, and I am proof of it. I am a Holt adoptee. I was born in Seoul, South Korea. I was adopted to a wonderful white family with brothers and sisters and parents. I grew up in a biracial family, and I know that we can achieve a better society because I've lived it. I have my own business. I have a beautiful daughter. Where's my daughter? There's my beautiful daughter, Rachel. And I gotta tell you, you know, it's sad to say, but she actually looks more like her white father than her Korean mother. And in this moment of time, I'm actually grateful because maybe that might protect her if she becomes the target just because of her nationality. And
Cheers, hooligans.
to know that your Multnomah County Board of Commissioners stands with you. We put out a statement, and you can read that. And I love you all, and thank you also for being here today. And I want to introduce my good friend and colleague, Commissioner Jessica Vega Peterson.
That was the first time I've hugged Lori in a year, but it felt needed. I want to thank all of you for being here tonight. I want to thank the leaders who organized this and brought us here together. We are here tonight to stand in vigil and to grieve for the 8 people and 6 Asian women who were killed earlier in Atlanta. But we were also here tonight to stand in solidarity with the Asian American businesses who have been targeted here in our own city and our community members who have faced discrimination. We are here to stand together because that is what we do best. That is what our community does best when we come together in times like these. I was thinking about earlier this summer when we came together for the Black Lives Matter protests, and I remember walking around one evening and seeing this big, beautiful sign, just like I see the beautiful signs out here tonight, that hate is a virus, to stop hate, to stop racism, that hate has no place, and to stop Asian hate. But that night I saw a giant sign that said, Asians for Black Liberation. Our communities come together when any of us are attacked. And today we are here with our Asian American and Pacific Islander communities to come together to say that hate has no place here, and we are stronger when we stand together. So we are here tonight in love and respect and community because we know that we are better than this. We are better than this as a community, as a country, as a nation. And we are here today to make our stand and to say that we will fight for the country, for the community that we all know, that we all deserve, and we all love. So I'm here, I'm proud to be here tonight with you. I'm proud to be here with my colleagues, with my friends, and know that we will stand with you today and tomorrow and all the days forward. Thank you.
See how all of a sudden it turned into a BLM deal. That's how it was in Denver's rally they just had.
Pronouns, and I serve on the North Clackamas School Board. You can take this off. Board of Directors, and I'm here today because as an Asian woman, this experience is something that I have deeply and personally felt that I need to be here today and speak up and speak out against. I have lived in Oregon for most of my life and actually grew up in Portland, in inner Southeast and outer Southeast Portland. And I just remember going to school, going in my, to neighborhood, to grocery stores, and sometimes people stopping and asking, like, who are you? Like, what are you? Like I don't belong here. And so, and that has been, unfortunately, a lot of the common experiences of our Asian community members who, for many, have generations, have lineages that have gone back, who have come here to build our railroads and to plant the cherry blossoms that we'll be seeing here in the next couple of weeks, and who have put in their labor to make the Oregon and also to make America the nation that it is. And so I'm here today as a school board member because racism, discrimination are something that we will not tolerate in our schools, and we will not tolerate this language that, again, targets communities of color and Black, Indigenous, people of color identities. We will not tolerate that at all. And in fact, I ran for office because I was tired of looking at people who are supposed to represent me on school districts and boards and commissions who didn't share my experiences and didn't share my stories. And Oregon, as a state, is now changing demographically, and that scares people. That scares a certain group of people who do not want to see representation, who do not want to see political power. So I want to say, as an encouragement to everyone, to please think about our leaders. I'm so proud to be among the leaders here who represent so many of our values in our communities. And I just want to give a shout out to women of color in particular, Black, Indigenous, immigrant, Latinx, Asian women who are currently running for office here in Oregon. Please support them. A lot of us are actually getting targeted right now, like getting hate mails and all types of targeting and having cisgendered white men and women run against us. And so this is an attack on our communities. This is an attack on our political power and representation. And lastly, I just want to, if you are elected, I see Andrea Valderrama from from David Douglas School Board, and also Juan Nguyen, who's running in David Douglas. We have an amazing group of women who are ready to run and who are ready to represent us in our communities. So please support them. And last but not least, again, my heart just goes out to our community. So shout out to all the organizations and organizers, and also Apano. I want to give a shout out to Apano because I know Asian Pacific American Network of Oregon also turns people out tonight. So thank you, and let's not give up, and let's keep on fighting. Thank you.
Are you guys tired? I'm tired. Are you angry? I'm angry. Are you?
TX, I'm drinking Hennessy and Pepsi. I don't drink Coke. That's for commies.
Like we're invisible. My body is not your property. Don't blame me for my murder. Remember the names of the women who were murdered. This act is historical. It's systemic. We in the United States have a history of othering all of our brown bodies, including our Black brothers and sisters, our Latino brothers and sisters. Remember the Exclusion Act. Remember the Japanese internment that was here. The names down the pathway. Remember them. These are sacrifices and bodies and hearts and mind that paved the way for Oregonians. When there are 3,800 hate crimes nationally, 100 in the state of Oregon, we must wake up. One is enough. Do not blame these women for where they work. Do not make excuses for your lack of investigation. Do not ignore the cry of the people, because we will not stop. We will be united today, forever, as global citizens. We fight! I'm sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Chapan, and I am Sinlapasai, and I am a member of the Oregon Commission on Asian Pacific Islanders Affairs. I am with you. I love you, my community, my Oregonians.
Thank you, Chapan. My name is Cecilia Giron, and I am here with you all on behalf of the League of United Latin American Citizens in Oregon and across the United States. We stand together with our Asian Americans and Pacific Islander communities. We're hurt. Our condolences goes to the families that lost their loved ones. But remember, that this is not the first time. This has been happening for generations and generations, and it must stop now. The hate, crime, and racism needs to stop in our Asian, our Black, and our brown communities of color. Enough is enough. We are contributors, members of this state and nation.
What's up, Julie? What's up, WMM?
Asian American and Pacific Islanders community, we belong here. You belong here. This is your home. This is your community. We are your community. We are your neighbors. We stand with you today and the days to come. Together in solidarity, with dignity and respect to our BIPOC communities. LULAC stands with you. Together, we will rise. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Christina, for your donation and all your support. I really appreciate you.
I am Christine Chen Ryan. I'm president of the Oregon chapter of the National Organization for Women, first woman of color and first Asian API president. I'm also on the now national board, first Chinese American on the national board. I love being first. No. Thank you, Hardy and Iris, for the invitation to be here. We are gathering with heavy hearts due to the horrific shootings on Tuesday at 3 Atlanta area spas. 8 people were murdered, including 6 Asian women. As Georgia State Senator Michelle Wu stated, the horrific crime is taking place in a landscape where Asian Americans are increasingly terrified and fearful for their lives and their safety because of these escalating threats. There is no denying that what happened in Atlanta on Tuesday was fueled by the relentless scapegoating used by former President Donald Trump and his administration during the course of the pandemic, and white supremacy and deep-seated structural racism. I know it has sent shockwaves throughout the country. The website Stop AAPI Hate received, as Chapan said, 3,800 reports of anti-Asian hate from March 2020 to February 2021, with 35% of discriminatory acts happening at businesses and with women reporting hate incidents twice as often as men. Long before we ever heard the term COVID-19, we sadly saw violent hate crimes against Asian American population. But there is no denying that there has been a distinct rise in the hate crimes and attacks since the pandemic. Recent analysis released by the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism examined hate crimes in 16 American largest cities. It revealed that while such crimes in 2020 decreased overall by 7%, those targeting Asian people rose nearly 150%. There was a surge in cities such as New York, where anti-Asian hate crimes rose by a shocking 833%. Los Angeles and Boston also experienced notable rises. Of course, we are now seeing similar surges in Atlanta. And researchers note that the underreporting of acts is likely, as the first-generation immigrants tend not to report such crimes. The fact is, the number of Asian Americans who feel unsafe in this country is rising. Of course, there is likely a link between anti-Asian rhetoric recently heard in our public discourse in response to the coronavirus, but the issues are much more complex and long-standing than that. Those issues, including racial stereotypes, the pitting of racial groups against one another, the vast socioeconomic differences within the APIA communities, gender discrimination, and much more factor into every violent hate crime we witness. These statistics and the shocking events of Tuesday are a wake-up call to all of us. Even as we are hopeful that there is a light at the end of the tunnel in this pandemic, we know that the bias, hate, and brutality against the APIA community will not abate anytime soon. We must be allies in any ways that we can be. As we offer our condolences and support to the grieving families and communities in Atlanta, we look forward to continuing these important conversations in the days ahead and stopping these vicious and racist attacks once and for all. Thank you very much for being here.
So it was only white people that did that stuff? Like all them crimes were just committed by white people? Or they just assume that?
Organizations come over here to give us a remark. Timmy.
Hello, my name is Timmy So. I'm with the United Chinese Association of Oregon and Switching Association of Portland. And I'm going to do a brief speech. Just want to thank you everyone to show up, to join us. And I see your support, very needed. And
What's up, Deputy Dog?
in such a short notice, couple days, and then put all this work, this function together, and then we have all these people show up. Thank you, and I see love here, and let's stop the hate, Asian hate, and show united and fight against virus of attack Asian. Thank you.
Thank you, Timmy. Next, we welcome Gail Mark, CEO from Chief. She's going to introduce herself and give her remark.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Gail Ma. I have been a citizen of United States for over 35 years. Last year, my son's mother-in-law was attacked by a passenger on a bus on her way to work. She was shot, was verbally harassed, and was told to go back to China, even though she is Korean. In the recent shootings in Georgia, where 8 people were left for dead, 6 of them were Asian women.
That's awesome, PJ Space Pirate, and I appreciate you picking it up.
And prayers are with the families of the victims. In San Francisco, an 84-year-old man was killed last month, and a 76-year-old woman suffered from aggravated assault 3 days ago. Since the pandemic began, we have seen a dramatic increase in verbal harassment, physical assault, hate speeches, mistreatment, and violence against Asian Americans in this country. A study released by the Center of the Study of Hate and Extremism at California State University found a 149% increase in such crime rates, hate crimes compared to 2019. We see that hate is deadly. The acts of violence and racism impact all of us because we are part of the same community. It must stop now. We must bond together, stand up hand in hand, build collective power to raise awareness of anti-Asian violence, support each other, make real change, and stop hate. I love you all. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much, Just My Opinion, for your donation and all your support. I really appreciate you.
Open up the space for anyone who want to express their feeling and making some short remark on the stage here. I believe David Lee want to make a short speech.
Wait till they realize that people are going to start making ALM signs and they're going to be picking fights with those people that are actually in support of Asian Lives Matter. They kind of shot themselves in the foot with this. Even though it's all nonsense, they're stepping on their own tail here.
Yeah, at the moment. Okay. Okay, you want to read maybe real quick? Yeah, thank you. Thank you for the African community support.
This is from Sharon, who's the president of the Sharon Gary Smith, who's the president of the NAACP here in Portland. She is not well, but she sent her condolences. She wants to honor and pay respects to the Asian victims of the tragic killings of sports workers. We are all angered, saddened, and determined to not allow our friends and allies to continue to be abused, harmed, and killed by white supremacy, masquerading as anything but what it is. We, the NAACP Portland 11208 branch, stand in solidarity with all who stand up, speak out, and refuse to accept hate crimes against any of us. So that is Sharon's statement. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Christine.
Just double check. I make sure is Dr. Jerry, Dr. Shastra, are you here? Please come forward if you are here. Okay. So with that, let's go to David.
Hello all, and thank you all for coming. I speak here as an Asian Oregonian. I do not represent any organizations but myself. And I'm very much cheered by the fact we've got a multiracial assembly in support of our movement against racist hate and against Asian violence. And the reason I'm here to speak is because we often hear these days that anti-racism, anti-Asian racism in specific, is new. And as a scholar of Asian American culture, recently retired professor of English at the University of Oregon, I think we need to gain certain kind of historical perspective. This is the second time in my life to join in the public protest and speak, to a larger audience. The first time I did was in 1989 in Houston when I was a graduate student in protest against the Chinese government's crackdown of the democracy protesters in Beijing. So I protested as a Chinese citizen against Chinese government in the United States that is known for its freedom of speech and support of democracy. Now, several decades later, I speak as a naturalized American against an American disease that has been with us since its very founding. So you have to remember that America is a house built as a divided house. One of our founding fathers have black children and white children. Half of the children are masters of the other half. So that particular split house is the very nature of a racially exclusive democracy. And what we are seeing today in terms of the anti-Asian racism or anti-black racism, all kinds of racism, are not new or not caused by Donald Trump. Donald Trump is simply a catalyst that revives what we have as a deeply seated American racism.
He's not even the president. Why are you guys talking about him? That don't even make no sense.
It is also important to bear in mind that racism has different forms. It has illiberal form, like the violence, shoveling old people, like spitting in Asian people's faces, like calling the
COVID-19 as a Kung flu or China virus, these are the outrageous, explicit expressions coming from the illiberal side of the racists. There are also liberal racists, like my former employer, the University of Oregon. I have taken earlier retirement because I have spoken out of my place. And I have been with the university faculty and the staff union going through 2 arbitrations, and finally I'm too tired to fight a racist institution with limitless amount of money. So that's why I'm here to share with you that the problem of racism is deep, it's varied, and it needs mass protest, needs policy change, and needs the awakening of the entire American population. Let's fight against racism, no matter what race you belong to. All people's lives matter. Other people's lives matter just like our own.
Oh, he just burned a lot of bridges right there, didn't he?
Without our suffering. So let's fight against racism of all kinds, united together to realize Jeffersonian dream for the democracy, equality for all. Thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Dave. And we have another audience want to make a short remark.
Hello. It's me. So I'm just for myself and my son. So I want to just say just a very simple thing. I want to say we're not just Asian. We're American too. And we love this country as everyone. And we want to build up this country too. I just we just don't know there's any reason to hate. There shouldn't be any reason to hate. Because we're one, we're together. We're in this country, we just doing the same thing. Why need to hate? So all I want to say is like, don't treat us different. We're just the same. We love this country. We want to build up this country. That's all I want to say. You want to see?
Hi there.
Hi.
You know, I'm actually trying my best to know a little bit more of Chinese.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here, Black Spirit Warrior. Thank you so much, Joe, for the donation and the support. I really appreciate you.
Line up our candles and then we're going to sing a song together. We are America. Okay, one more.
Hello, my name is Wong, and I'm just here as a Democrat because I'm a delegate to the Oregon's Democratic Party of Oregon Central Committee, and today we had our first quarter meeting, and we had a resolution that was brought to the body by members of the AAPI caucus in the Democratic Party of Oregon. And because it didn't meet the filing requirements for a number of days in advance, it had to require a 2/3 majority to pass. I won't read the whole resolution, I'll just read the title. Condemning anti-Asian American and Pacific Islander hate and racism, and it calls on the Biden administration to take action to bring this matter to top of their agenda. And just to let you know there is a political party in this state that does stand up for a minority community. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my name's John. I'm the father of 7 kids. One is Korean, who came to this country when he was 9 years old. Another is Vietnamese, who came to this country when she was 8 years old. Another is Muskogee Creek, and another is African American. And it would be wonderful to see representatives of all of those children's backgrounds, because one of the things that we old white people have done for a long, long time is set different races against one another, rather than bringing blacks and browns and Asians and Latinos together to fight the hate and to prove that this country really can be a democracy where everybody is equal. So I hope that the next time I'm down here in this place protesting the inequalities and the injustices, that we will be totally multicolored. And beyond color, we need to bring in our LGBTQ friends as well, because it's the same system that is causing the violence and the hate throughout this country. And only if all people of color and all people who are discriminated against in so many violent ways come together, that we can make a real change. Thank you.
Is he looking around because he's waiting for someone to walk up and correct him? That's what it looks like. He looks nervous.
Light up our candles, and then we're gonna sing a song, We Are America. Let's play the song, and then we can sing together if you have heard the song before.
I'm not getting a copyright strike for these people. Nah. I have to mute it while the music's playing, because otherwise YouTube will strike me for copyrights. I actually got 2 copyright strikes on the last live. It's not an actual strike to my account. It's something I have to deal with. But either way, I got flagged. And I don't remember why. But wow, these people are, they're something, aren't they? I can't even believe the stuff they're saying. Completely unbelievable. Especially that guy. So I own these kids. And white people cause division, and that's a problem, says the white guy. Like, just I don't know. It's hard to give commentary in these kind of situations, because it's all nonsense. I like how they talk about racism and white supremacy like it's some hidden thing. Like, you need to go out there, you need to find it, and you need to kill it, wherever it is. And everyone needs to become aware. Well, you would think if it was that big of a problem, then everyone would already be aware, and you wouldn't really have to look for it. It would just be out there in the open. I mean, that's just what I think. Maybe I'm like super ignorant. I don't know. It's just my opinion. So, yeah. I don't know. I can already see that, like, in the summertime, there's going to be something. There's going to be like a White Lives Matter march or something like that. I can already tell that it's going to happen. And I'm sure it's not going to be on the purpose of being racist. But I feel like that's what they're trying to trigger, is they want people to go out there and do that just as equals, just as a part of unity. And it's going to they're going to turn around and say that's the systematic racism that's been hiding in the shadows all this time. As soon as that happens, things are going to get a lot worse. It's crazy. It's super crazy. Steve Pence, you're cracking me up. Hey, thank you so much, Newton, for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan.
Hello everyone. Oh, that's loud. Hi everyone. So I'm Aaron. I came here to the United States in 3rd grade. And I currently attend Lincoln High School, where recently there was a bomb threat to the people at our school.
Hey, thank you so much, Adam, for your donation and your support. I really appreciate you.
This had a huge impact to the staff, to the people, and sent a message to the members of the school. And so, I'm here to speak about political awareness and voting. I remember in 10th grade, I spoke to a couple of my teachers right before the elections, for the mayoral elections. And what appalled me was that most people didn't know what they were voting for. They simply voted for whoever they knew. And we have a moral duty as members of democracy to go out and vote, to encourage our fellow citizens to go out and vote, as that is the most powerful voice that us as members of democracy have. And as we can see recently, that getting people to go out and vote does matter. People were able to swing the elections, the Senate seats within Georgia, and give power to people who may speak out.
Hey, I appreciate you being here, Gang of Four.
In the 2016 election, only 55% of people of color voted. And within the Asian American community, only 34% of eligible people voted. That number needs to go up if we want our voices to be heard and for Asian Americans to be represented. Well, we just had an election last year. It isn't over. There are elections every 2 years for Congress and elections every 4 years for president. And it's not too late, and it's never too early to start getting people to register to vote. It's never too early to encourage your friends.
Hey, thank you so much, Julie, for your donation and your support. I really appreciate you.
To vote and make a difference. Thank you guys so much.
I don't know why they're talking about letting people vote and stuff. They're going to let all those illegal immigrants vote too. Why even register? What's the point?
Jack, I use she, her pronouns. I'm in so much pain right now. I am so angry, and I am so fed up. I feel unprotected as an Asian American woman. And I'm looking around at these faces of Asian women, and I know you know exactly what I'm going through. We're not protected. Those women, we're not talking enough about them. They're more than mothers and sisters. They're just like us. That could have been us. And we are not talking about the violence that we feel every day just for being ourselves, for men of all kinds. And I'm just filled with so much rage, and I'm really appreciative that we're all here together, but I don't want to forget that. What are we doing to protect our women? What are we doing to get rid of these harmful stereotypes? All of the ways that we are hypersexualized without our want. I can't forget that. I can't stop feeling that pressure on me all of the time. And I don't want to forget that our liberation is tied to Black liberation. It's tied to the liberation of all people of color.
Oh, it's a boo-hoo party. She said men of all kinds. She wasn't even talking about skin color. She went straight to whether or not you got a wiener. Like, goodness.
And this is a poem I wrote after speaking to my dad and feeling fearful in the world right now. White man, look at me. White man, what do you see? You force my people to crave to be. White man, what do you see? You thought the Japanese would be washed out of me a few generations down, that we wouldn't remember how to make nori and rice. You thought I would be your prodigy. But white man, what do you see? I will not be. Thank you.
I think this hasn't been brought up enough. I really want everybody to help protect our elderly Asian. And then I know so many of them, they couldn't speak English very well. They are scared. And then they couldn't call for help, or they experience something, they just, be silent, and then just very, it hit me so hard when I heard them cry on TV when they got attacked, and then they didn't even know how to say help. They're just like crying, and then like in a different language. It could be any language. So I think this is something we really can do. You're on the bus, you're on the street, and then you see like an Asian, like a elderly Asian, and then they may not, please just be more patient with them and help them, and if they need help, and then kind of just watch for them. I think this is something everyone here we can do. We just really want to help them, because honestly, I think I don't really fear that much for myself, because I guess this is something we can share, but then I really, really feel sorry for the elderly Asians, and I really hope everyone can try your best, help them, protect them. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Joe, for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan.
Thank you all so much for coming out here. I go to OSU, and I've really focused on bringing the Asian community together. There have been so many hate crimes I've seen at OSU, and it's really unfortunate. One thing that I saw that really shocked me, someone wrote like a t-shirt template that said, "I am Korean, not Chinese." And let me just say that we are all in this together. We do not divide between each other. We do not have divisions. We are all one. We do not divide each other, and we all come together. We do not separate. We do not leave our Chinese people alone. We do not leave our Japanese people alone. We are all together. We are Asian American. We take this together.
Hi everyone. I just want to say the victims' names here, because I don't think their names been brought up enough. So here they are. Soon Chang Park, age 74. Hyun John Grant, age 51. San Cha Kim, age 69. Yong Yue, age 63. Delania Ashley Yuan, age 33. Paul Andre Michels, age 54. Xiaojie Tan, age 49. Dayou Feng, age 44. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, Aaron, for your donation and your support. I really appreciate you.
Hi everyone, so my name is Annika, and I use she, their pronouns. I'm Chinese American, I'm an adoptee, and I guess I really want to make this an ode to Asian American API women because I think it's so interesting the duality of our identities that we hold of being hyper invisible and being hyper visible at the same time. We are being tokenized, we are being fetishized, we're being, sexualized all the time, and we are so visible, yet at the same time we feel so invisible, which is such a complicated reality to live because it is trying to understand where you belong in this world. I attended Cleveland High School, a predominantly white institution, which was not a pleasant experience to say the least. And I was constantly being tokenized by the administration by saying, oh, you're Asian American activists. We need, that student of color to represent the rest of us, to make us all look good. But at the same time, when a teacher came up to my friend and I, who's actually in the crowd today, and said that, oh, do you guys eat dogs? Like, where are your parents from? And both of us were like, well, California? I mean, when we reported that, the administration had nothing to say. They said, sorry, we can't do anything until this teacher has a record. And we said, he does have a record, but that was not enough to get anything done. And we still had to go through the hallways every single week and see that man, even after being traumatized. And so I want to say, I see all of you Asian American API women. I really want y'all to know that my love is out there for you because it is such a hard frickin' time right now. And you all deserve so much love and care. Thank you, and we have this. We got this.
Anybody else?
Has anyone else got a problem or a story that they want to cry about? The mic's open. The mic is open.
I would just like to mention, in the spirit of unity for all women of all ethnicities that were spoken about so eloquently this evening, I want to lift one moment to remember the missing and murdered Indigenous women of this country. That's all.
Charlie, you want to play a song? Let just everybody take a quiet moment, listen to those hymns and to remember those we lost. I'm really, really deeply touched today by even those lay speakers, the young ladies. Those are really touching. It's a society you can see. We are sick. We are really sick. It's about time to wake up. Talk to your politicians, using your vote, just like this young man was talking about. Vote for those you think they speak your own language.
Thank you so much, Adam. I appreciate you. We're going to give this guy a moment to speak. I don't know. They got that music playing in the background. I can't trust it. And you can't hear what he's saying, so it's not worth the risk, in my opinion. I don't even know what to say. All these people have said so different of stories. It's complicated to really see what the point of the rally is. Some people just hate men. That one guy, he ain't got no friends there. He was like, we all need to stand together and fight racism. People of all colors and all races need to stand together and fight against racism. No one cheered for that guy. He's on his own. They put him in the back of the crowd. They were like, buddy, nobody wants to be cool with you. I don't know. It's real crazy. They're trying real hard to divide. That's all it is. It's surprising to see. Well, it's not surprising now that it's been going on for so long, but it's unreal how much they talk about unity and peace and all this stuff. And then after they're done saying that, then they just talk about division and hate and what everyone else should do. You should do this or else it means this. Like ultimatums and stuff. It's like they can't wait to get out there and brainwash each other. It's weird. It's super weird. I don't know. I feel bad for the normal people of Portland who just are proud to be Americans, who are just happy that there's warm weather and the possibility of lifting some of those COVID restrictions. Nope, you got people out here crying about stuff I've never even heard of, stuff I didn't even know was happening. If you want to raise awareness, that's great, but when you start telling other people what they should do, you're stepping on their rights. That's not American. I don't know. It's just my opinion. Maybe I'm ignorant. I'm not sure why they chose this song to be played. Just, not familiar with it. No, Toro, I don't have any black in me. I'm like a third Italian and German and Irish and I don't know, some other stuff. But no, I don't have any black in me. I grew up in a half white, half black household. My brothers and sisters and stuff are all black. But it doesn't matter to us. Just happy to be here. It's not about skin color. That stuff is stupid. Oh wow. Mr. Mountain, I don't really know. I don't know that much about all that stuff. I don't know that much about my family. I'm disconnected from my family, so I don't really know. Are they playing Mozart? Wasn't Mozart white? I don't know. Let's not get into that. Dang, they picked a long song. We're going to be sitting here for a minute. I don't know. I guess we need a break from all the racism anyway.
Not everybody likes having their faces on.
Hippie Mermaid Bear, I am not sure if Antifa is going to protest tonight. Not totally sure on that. Because, I mean, this is in Portland. I don't know. Well, I guess looking in the crowd, I'm not seeing any of the usual BLMers or Antifa people, whatever you want to call them. It's all the same people in Portland. I'm not seeing any of those people there, so maybe they will be going out tonight. But my camera guy possibly might go out and give us a tour of what's going on there, regardless of what's planned tonight. So we will see. You're right, Mr. Mountain. He is our camera guy. He is the hooligan vision. Yep, you're right. Thank you for correcting me. Hey, thanks for being here, 69 Drummer. Yeah, so I just looked. There's like 3 or 4 live streamers there at this event. This is like the only thing going on right now. But none of them are the BLM live streamers that we normally see during the riots and stuff like that. So to me, that's kind of an indicator that they will go out tonight, because otherwise they would be at this event to cover it for their audience. So I kind of suspect that they probably will go out and march tonight, or show up at ICE, or go and bother the agents at the Justice Center. I don't know for sure. I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to go check Andy NGO or whatever that guy's name is, because I know he's in Portland, or he was in Portland or whatever. I don't know how that guy got so popular, because almost everything he posts, I've never seen it come true. Anytime he says that something's going to happen in Portland, I have never seen it come true. He's also the person that was sharing the information when they were saying that there was rioting and marching and stuff going on in D.C. right after the National Guard got there, and I didn't see any evidence that that was true. I see he's verified on Twitter. He's got a ton of followers. Almost everybody that is in my audience references him or provides links from him. I don't know. I don't trust anything he posts. I'm not telling you what to do, think, or feel. I never am. But I've never seen anything he says come true. So before you go and check his stuff and come tell me what they're going to do in Portland tonight, just go ahead and save it. It means a grain of salt to me. I don't know. I don't trust that guy. I don't trust that guy. I don't know why. Thank you so much, Robert and 69 a Drummer, for your donations and your support. I really appreciate you. Yeah, Army vet girl. Yeah, that person. Oh, it's pronounced Andy No. Interesting. I don't know. I just see a lot of people are always sending me stuff. And they're like, oh, he says that this is happening tonight, you know, and then I stay up till 3 o'clock in the morning and nothing's going on, and it's like pouring rain, and you know, it's happened like 4 or 5 times. And I'm not trying to discredit him or anything like that. You know, if he knows what he's talking about, then good for him. But I don't know. It's kind of a waste of effort to, you know, have the camera guy set up and to go out there. Or for us, you know, for like, you know, you got to think about it from my perspective. I go in the Discord and I tell everyone, hey, in a couple hours, we're going to be doing this. I'm going to be going live. We're expecting all this stuff. So prepare to be up, you know, all night while we watch this craziness happen. And then for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, people are sending me messages, emails, all that. Hey, when are you going live? Hey, when's it happening? Hey, when's it going to start? And I'm just sitting here checking live feeds like, oh, there's nothing going on. And it starts to appear as false or poor information. And it's happened so many times that I'm just kind of over it. I'm over it, you know. I appreciate everyone sending me links and stuff. A lot of times that's how I find new live streamers and stuff. Somebody will catch something that's in their area that's going on. They'll send me the link and we'll go live, and that's great. But sometimes people send me a link from him and be like, oh, he says this, and you know, then I gotta kind of figure it out, because I appreciate the help, I appreciate the information, but at the same time, I can't keep holding my breath for stuff that comes from that guy, because it doesn't come true. That's not my fault. And like I said, I'm not saying anything bad about him, and I'm definitely not telling you guys what to do, what to think, or what to feel. I never am. But that's just my opinion on it.
Live streaming, just so you know, and I wanted to ask if you'd be willing to do an interview, because I saw that you were up on the mic, and I just to be clear, I didn't want to ask any baiting questions. I wanted to just give you a platform to speak if you'd like to say anything else or add anything else.
Yeah, are you with?
I'm independent. It's just me. My name is Anita. Hello.
I guess like
Oh, it's just on my Twitch channel. If you don't want to, that's okay, girl.
Okay. I don't know. I guess maybe later.
Okay,
that's fine.
Sure.
I guess we're just kind of talking about something.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I'll stay for a little bit longer, but I think I'm going to end pretty soon.
All right, Craig, I see you. All right. Well, I think that they cut the live stream. Oh, I guess not. All right, just a moment. All right, everyone, this is what I think we're going to do. So these people are basically just hanging out, listening to Mozart's whole discography. It doesn't look like anything else is going to be going on here. This camera person says they're about to cut the feed. From what I could see, this is the only thing going on. This is the only camera person that's still live. The hooligan camera guy is basically ready to give us a tour of Portland and see what's going on. He's talking about checking out ICE and see if there's anyone down there. So what we're going to do is we're going to wrap up this live, and we're going to go live again in a little bit. I don't want to put an exact time on it, but it will be in a little bit. And he's going to cruise around Portland and see what's going on, see if he can see anything happening, and give us an update on the way things are around there. Let's give some shout outs real quick. Thank you so much, Anthony, for joining the membership program, and welcome to the family. You're officially a hooligan. Thank you so much, Aaron and Hippie Mermaid Bear. Thank you guys so much for your donations and your support. I really appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much. All right, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to wrap this up. Please make sure you're subscribed, hit the bell icon, and join the Discord. If you're a part of the Discord, you will always be notified every single time we go live. When and where we go live, you will get the link directly from me. And yeah, it's the best way to stay connected. You can't trust YouTube and all that stuff. They don't ever want to send out the notifications because, you know, they're not with us showing and sharing the truth. So definitely join the Discord. If you don't know what the Discord is, it's a free app that you download on your phone. You come to any of my live streams, even if they're not live anymore. In the description will be a link that directs you straight to my server on Discord. You follow the steps. They're real easy. And you will be greeted with an automated message letting you know that you've done all you need to do in order to be a part of the Discord and receive the notifications. So definitely join the Discord. Big shout out to everyone that made donations, joined the membership program, or purchased any merch. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you all so much. You guys are what's keeping the channel going. You're why I get to do this every day. So thank you so much. Another cool thing, I haven't mentioned this before. When you guys purchase stuff from the merch store, it actually gets posted in a specific thread on Discord. And I'm not sure how it works on the purchasing end. But for most people who purchase merch, there's a message that they leave. And so if you go to that thread on Discord, you can actually scroll down and see everyone's thoughts and stuff on the merch and see what they purchase and stuff like that. And I think that's really cool. So just thank you guys so much for all your support. You guys are awesome. So yeah, we're going to wrap this up. And then in a little bit, probably within an hour or so, we will be going live again with our own camera guy to cruise around Portland and see what's going on. So thank you guys so much for being here. Until next time, stand tall, shine bright, and that's a wrap.